toward Memorial Park Drive.
Well, hello everybody. Breaking news. Keir Starmer and Emmanuel Macron sign on to security guarantees, military boots on the ground if Ukraine and Russia have a ceasefire and eventual deal coming, that they're going to guarantee that if Russia and Ukraine have any conflict or breach, they're going to put boots on the ground. This means the European Union and the Commonwealth, it's a promise of World War III. Right there, Mark Carney agrees. He's right there for UK. First in line, Canadians will be the cannon fodder in a conflict thousands and thousands of miles away from North America once again. No effectual economic reality of a positive for Canada. Again, it's at our detriment in a place we have no business being. More than that, as I predicted, WCS, I gave a great outline for everybody, a nice written presentation for anyone to read. It's coming. All the best experts are reiterating what I told you days ago. And how do I know this? Because I'm a lifetime Canadian oil field worker, displaced, in fact, on the BS of Canada as it always has been. We suffer. We watch other people get rich, booms and bust cycles, but that differential will massively expand with the opening of Venezuelan oil, massively expand with an end to Russia, Ukraine. Anyone who doesn't know this or doesn't know the reality of both those events in recent past, I don't know what to tell you. And it's even more so because Canada, Alberta's really upped its production, its extraction to mega levels. And like I said, with double that amount of oil in Urals and Venezuelan crude, we're epically done on 1 million barrel of our sweet stuff and absolutely 3.5 million barrels of our sour. Anyone who doubts that doesn't know reality or never spent a lifetime in the industry and is just a liar. Another lying banker Canadian who loves the loser, Mark Carney. And I've told you all, he's a banker loser. For Albertans, you should know this truth. If you are multi-generational, you should have great-grandparents at least who've told you the reality of banking and rape upon Albertans and generally Canadians. How you don't know the crooked financial system at this point in time against the beauty of the American system for the people. I don't know what to tell you. It's a rape, pillage, and plunder system of loser subjects people. Now, more than that, and Mark Carney comes out with the publication, oil safe and stable, don't worry. That's not what all the global experts say, Mark Carney. You're an epic fucking liar. You've always been an epic fucking liar. You're a liar, cheat, and rapist. That's what he is. And Canadians love that crap. Demasculation of Canadian men is unbelievable. LGBTQ, all the narratives, it's normal to have a man in another man. This is all to demasculate Canadian men. And it's been very successful, unfortunately. It's pathetic, it's gross, it's outrageous what kids are subjected to in school. We should all know this reality, a reality I never grew up with in Canada, yet my kids have been inducted into all that. Now, I educate my children. I have a great relationship with all of them. None of them subscribe to any of that crap. They roll their eyes. They know it's junk. But unfortunately, there's a lot of parents out there that have allowed that to be normalized in their households, where men are demasculated. And why? Because that's how the Crown is successful in dominating and enslaving people. It starts with sexual domination. Anyone who doesn't know these classic truths of psychology, there's something wrong with you, and it's a mass institutionalization. Now, Greenland, Canada, oh yeah, Denmark, Prime Minister of Denmark under the constitutional monarchy, those Indian savages of Greenland who welcome USA. In fact, USA's military base is the economy of Greenland, folks. America leases that. America, through NATO, that's one of their massive commitments to Europe. Out of Americans' pockets, whether Americans like it or not, they're on the hook for billions and billions of dollars that has no real economic value to them. It doesn't. It's another floating base the Americans must subsidize for the security of somebody else who doesn't pay. You're keeping crown monarchials who define First Peoples, the same First Peoples as the American Indians, as savages. They're Turtle Island. That's what Monroe Doctrine's about. If people don't understand what has been going on the entire time, that's always been a part of America, it's about Americans saving money for once in their lives. It's a president for once in your lives is standing up to a global evil and saying, you know what? This is wrong. This should be America. It should be an economic benefit to all Americans, not a tax against Americans for global abusers, elite, wealthy oligarchs. It's not just about Russia, China, it's about Europe, it's about Canada and its abusive system, Denmark and its abusive system. These are all crown colonials from an old world order of imperialism and absolutely colonialism that America in its institution is sworn to destroy and has destroyed in all its borders of what is the United States. It's everybody around them in their massive sphere of influence, keeping them down, sucking the life juice and blood out of Americans. Do you think the United States says, yes, we want to bleed Americans, we want to debt load Americans for a massive military complex that we use to defend the world, that doesn't repatriate us in any financial way, none whatsoever. In fact, they rely and blood suck out of Americans, and at the same time force Americans to participate in their wars on human beings, their subjugation of human beings. Denmark has an Indian Act over the Greenlanders, who are 90 percentile First Peoples, aka American Indians, same DNA, same as Canada, under an Indian Act, where they abuse those they define as savage human beings. This isn't America. It hasn't been America for 50 years. Americans, you can't afford to take care of that evil world, an evil world that hates you. What Donald J. Trump is trying to do is remove the tax burden. How do you do that and still protect all the world and those people? Well, you put it under your country, you put it under your umbrella, and they pay taxes to America that's much, much lower than the taxes they pay now, much lower than taxes that go into a central system in a far-off land for kings and queens, oligarchs, evil people who hate America. The money's got to go back to the United States people who believe in equality of the person, true freedom, where Greenlanders, Canadians, Mexicans could actually have a full and fruitful life. All the way down to Panama, folks. That is the Monroe Doctrine. That is the entire history of the American Indians, aka the same First Peoples, Canada, Greenland, what was Mexico, all the way to Panama. Same people. You can look at civilizations of First Peoples in North America who have articulated this, mapped this out for more than 12,000 years. long before the monarchials who ruined their civilization and then try to put the blame on the United States of America, who is writing that global travesty of an evil world pre-1945 old world order that wants to reign supreme, wants an end to America, wants to make America subjects again. Well, not on Donald J. Trump's watch. So people, wake up. This is reality. This is effectual truth coming in the years ahead, whether Donald J. Trump's there or not for Canada, probably closer than people realize for Greenland. And Americans who say they don't want it, no appetite, do you have an appetite for going tits up? Because if you haven't noticed your epic, seismic federal debt that's being incurred because Americans are being raped